This game is so fun. I'm like being filled with memories once again. Is this the one where you can play as Sandy and do the little?
No.
That's the beginning. Okay.
I think it's pretty well made.
Yeah, the guys who made this one and Battle for Bikini Bottom are very, very good.
Heavy Iron Studio.
Yes.
They made this, Battle for Bikini Bottom, and SpongeBob Truth or Square on Wii.
Oh, we didn't play Truth or Square.
I only played it years later when I was going through a marathon of all the games on the live streams.
Oh, are we live?
We are live!
Oh, okay.
How's everybody doing? Fake Eclipse, Screeb King,
Frick's here.
hello.
Hello.
I worked very hard on that thumbnail last night.
It looks really good.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you. Tried.
I mean, last night, when you got home from work?
Yeah.
At midnight?
Yes. I had started working on it before, but I ran out of time.
Mm.
I'm gonna copy the stream link.
There's a
so,
share.
yeah, you hit share, and then you say copy link. Share, copy link.
The smile. Oh no, clips! We're gonna get copyright claimed.
No.
Nah, they're too short. But just watching a video where they had an AI generate its own
You have to go
Yu-Gi-Oh
up top.
cards. Then they played a game of
drag it
Yu-Gi-Oh
up
with them. I want to do that.
Join SpongeBob and Patrick on their most perilous
Do they
journey
link to how you can do that? Because I want to do that.
no sea creature has ever returned.
Finally got your PC with power. That's great news.
Nice. Got his PC to work.
Nice.
Bad news is getting blue screened. It's
No.
always something, am I right?
If it's getting blue screens, it could be the RAM.
That's what
Yeah.
I
Make
thought
sure
too, yeah.
it's seated right. That can cause some blue screens like that.
It's usually something with the RAM. Ah, Dan, got a question. What's your experience in using
Vegemite
Vegemite to treat sulfuric acid burns?
Zero.
I have no experience with that.
Goose egg.
Funny you should ask.
Now that you mention it, you see.
Did that happen to you, Dave? Gosh.
Yeah, SpongeBob movie game. I like this one. In some ways, I like it more than Battle for Bikini Bottom, which is blasphemy amongst most people, but I think it does some things better. Not all things. Maybe not even most things, but some things.
My request is that I be allowed to play some of like the little tongue
Yes.
surfing ones.
You're allowed to request to switch off.
Okay.
He won't say yes, but you can request all you want.
That's slot B, right?
No, I put in the name.
Oh, you switched him? Okay.
There was already one on here.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
From 2010.
Empty. 26 bucks. 2010. 12 years ago. 57% of the way through the game.
Yeah. Which, since it's Welcome to Playing Topless, it's actually more than that. It's just, that's near the last level.
Oh, geez, Screeb. Core Windows file.
Yeah.
Can't even factory reset your PC.
I guess you'd have to use one of those Windows repair drives.
Yeah. I think you can get them to mail you one for free, but it's a whole hassle. I had
Sometimes you can just get a regular drive and then just download the
The
repair
ISO.
software onto it, but you need another computer for that.
I had that issue when we were like, when I was using one of your guys', I think, because we were trying to move my original drives in and use my old Windows copy, and it didn't like that. Clearing the counter, and it's this huge jug of acid fell on him. Yikes!
Ooh. They just had a jug of sulfuric acid just on the counter and just.
It
ugh.
sounds like they were in, like, a lab.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
SpongeBob, me boy.
They actually got Mr. Krabs' voice actor for this game.
They got Clancy Brown?
Yes, as opposed to Battle for Bikini Bottom, where they couldn't get him.
So what went wrong?
When the customer took a bite. No cheese!
Are there any captions? Oh no.
Get a hold of yourself, Eugene. I'm going in.
Tried
There
that
you
too,
go.
but it said that the changes were not applied.
Yikes, the changes weren't applied and it was reverting back? That sounds like a nightmare.
I mean, the best thing to do with sulfuric acid is just to get baking soda, mix it with water, and apply to the wound, because that'll diffuse all the acid.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
'cause
true.
baking
Water
soda
counters
is-
it.
Water and baking soda.
Baking soda's a base. So you could use a baking soda paste.
And put it on the burns, and that'll help.
Yeah.
Never heard of using Vegemite.
Oh, Tay's here. Hey, Tay.
Hey, what's up?
So
I
this
thought
are-
you might want to be here
okay.
for this.
Not breathing anymore. Is that bad?
Oh, that would imply that he is dead.
I love the way he jumps.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, hey, Patrick.
Patrick, what's wrong
Oh
with
no, he's dumb. Seems like they got Roger Fogger baked too.
They did. They always get him. He's Patrick every time.
you? Dude, you just killed that freaking...
Jellyfish.
He's got to. It
Jellyfish.
tried to hurt him.
Yeah, the jellyfish do return as enemies in
You
this
put
game.
him out of your misery. Yeah, maybe a new hard drive would do something there. Because, like I said, when I had problems with setting up my new computer that one time, we had a drive that already had Windows on it, and it didn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, even if it's like from an old computer, you can't just move a hard drive that has Windows on it into a new machine body.
Yeah.
It'll have a lot of issues,
Yeah.
which sucks.
You'd have to get a new hard drive and then...
Extra.
Nice. That's what we had to do.
Yeah, a lot of times it's easier just to get a...
Why is Mindy talking to us? I haven't even met her yet.
Isn't this... I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's one of just like, who's that talking to me in my head right now?
Yeah,
That's the
it's from
thing,
your old
is
PC.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
That'll probably be the source of your problems.
Yeah, we had that issue too.
Yeah, it was such a pain because I had to buy a separate drive that was clean, put it on the computer,
Make that the main drive.
put Windows on it, get that all set up, and then transfer the data from the other drive. Because once you have the main drive in, you can put your other drive in the second slot, and
It'll
it'll
be
act as like a D drive or C drive, and then you can just grab all the data and pump it over,
Mm-hmm.
or even just use it as an external.
Well,
But-
it was an internal as well, but it was a secondary drive, so it wasn't trying to load Windows from it anymore.
Yeah. Which sucks,
Windows gets
'cause-
really confused.
Yeah, it sucks because that's gonna cost you $100 just for the license key.
Yeah.
There is ways to like reinstall your Windows, but it's really weird.
When
and hard.
Microsoft doesn't like for you to do it, so they make it really
Yeah.
tough.
I should be able to keep the other one that doesn't have Windows though, right? My Windows license is integrated to my Microsoft account. That should be fine. You should
yeah.
be able
Oh,
to just...
naked Patrick.
Yep.
The
It's-
flag's in his butt.
This shouldn't even be happening yet.
It just took you too long.
No, I mean, it's like in the movie that happens later.
Yeah, that happens later. Okay, I thought you meant in the game. I was
No,
like,
no,
uh-oh.
no. Look, we leveled up.
Nice.
That's one thing I like about this, is that you can level up and upgrade your stuff.
I forgot about that. That's so cool.
Let's just max out the karate spin. Always do that first.
Macho karate spin.
Reflect enemies' projectiles. Like, I always get that first, so I always forget that it can't do that at base.
Yeah, I think if you have another HDD already, you could put it as your main one.
Yeah, and boot from that.
Shogun Pop.
Shogun Pop. Sounds like some kind of popsicle brand.
Well, he was saying it'd be an interesting musical genre.
Ah, that too. Sounds like a lot of things, really. Like a soda, even.
Yeah.
Like, pop is like 3 or 4 different things. You can't lift up a stick with plushies. How is he breaking crates? It's SpongeBob's logic.
It's toon physics.
Yes. SpongeBob can do whatever he wants, basically.
As long as
he's
it's
not
funny.
now thinking about it.
Got the
Goofy Goober token. Yeah, according to Death Battle, he unravels the fabric of space and time with his bare hands in one episode.
Everything is gonna be just fine.
I'm really scared, man.
You got a name?
I wonder why they re-recorded the dialogue.
Stay with
How
me.
come they
Because
didn't
they're
just-
quoting the movie exactly, so I don't know why they didn't just take the audio
But they
from it.
didn't put the video because it would take up too much space on the disc. So they had to show the stills.
Wow, they did still frames.
Say cheese.
And then this, stock image.
A little yellow friend awakes from his slumber and prepares for the biggest day of his life. Yet, despite his dreams, he is
Krusty
not
Krab
honored
2.
with the
This really does seem like a finale.
Krab 2. So
It was
SpongeBob
written as such.
drowned his depression in ice cream at the
The audio of the game's supposed to be low. Now, tell me if it needs to be turned up.
jealous
I haven't mixed it since Coliseum, so I don't know.
diabolical plankton
Let me
hatches.
see.
And indeed, he steals King Neptune's
So it's kind of confusing, especially for the screen.
selling it to the
Depending on how the
far-off
case
and
is set up,
dangerous land
there might be like a port that's like higher up that your instinct is to plug in there. But if you go really low near the bottom, there'll actually be another screen HDMI port that's onto the motherboard itself. So check and make sure you're plugging it into the right HDMI one, because you'll probably have 2 or 3 on the back of your computer. It's going to be one of them that'll make it work.
We literally just saw Patrick with the flag earlier. You don't see it during that part, but we saw it in the level.
You might need to rewind.
Come on, wake up.
Patrick.
The idea, Tay, is that they're omniscient. Well, not always. Narrators can have limited.
Yeah, some are limited, but most narrators are third-person omniscient. As in, they know everything that's going on.
He's drunk off ice cream.
And that man's dead.
He's depressed because they opened the Krusty Krab 2 and made Squidward the manager, not him.
Yeah, SpongeBob wanted to be manager, but Mr. Krabs said he was just a kid.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I can't be the manager. You're just a kid. And so now he's depressed, and he went to Goofy Goobers to get so wasted off ice cream.
Yes, to drown his sorrows in ice cream.
It's too real.
He what's the name of the Goober Surprise or something like that?
Something like that.
Wait, Triple Goober Sunrise.
Yes.
That's it. It's been so long since I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Swapping between all 3 and nothing.
It's so frustrating.
I hate computer hardware issues, because you literally just have to like
Just keep messing with it
keep
until
fiddling
it works.
with it until you get it to work. And you're like, oh, okay, it's working. I'm not going to touch it anymore.
Music is good.
I don't know what these plankton crates are even supposed to be.
It says Plan Z on it.
Like, why is like, maybe it's like that he's gathering these manliness points so that we can't get them or something. I don't know what it is.
Those dumbbells?
Yeah,
Yes, they're
they raise our
manliness
manliness.
A big part of the SpongeBob movie was Patrick and SpongeBob becoming men. They had a whole song about it. Now that we're men, we can do anything. Now that we're men.
Well, there weren't no
we are
SpongeBob Flash games on the
invincible.
Cartoon Network website, that's for sure. But
The Nickelodeon ones.
yeah, I do remember those though.
I don't think I played any SpongeBob ones. The only one I remember is playing the Black Licorice game, which still
Yeah, well, that was
instills
and
my
that was
body
on the
with
Cartoon
fear.
Network one, I think.
No, that was Nickelodeon.
You sure?
Absolutely.
Room game. Where?
You point duck. I love that they decided he couldn't be smart enough to tell SpongeBob to
To duck, he just
has
points at a
to
duck.
see a rubber duck and point at it.
Yeah.
Are you timed?
No.
Okay.
Oh, don't remember Cartoon Network and Nick, no difference. Like, how dare you?
No, the Black Licorice game, dude. It'd be really cool to do a retrospective of like old Flash games.
Yeah, there's tons of people who have done that, but we could do ones of our own.
Specifically, like.
How many
creepy
are
ones.
archived is the question.
I wonder if Nickelodeon still has Black Licorice. We checked like, I don't know, like 7 years ago. and they
I
still
made a
did.
video of it in like 2015,
7 years ago.
so yeah.
Elliot, that game was horrifying. It's a trick-or-treat game, and you're handing out caramel candy to little kids in costumes, and it look like realistic. They're coming to your door, they ring the door, they're like, trick or treat. And you hand them the caramel, and they're like, thank you. but eventually you run out of caramel.
And
Or
there's
you
only
might
black
accidentally
licorice.
pick up a black licorice. And when you hand them a black licorice, they go, like, it does this whole cutscene, and it's like, the kid's like, black licorice, and then they slowly start to morph into a creepy version of whatever their
Like a
costume is.
demon.
And they're like, I hate black licorice!
And then you slam the door in their face.
Creepy.
When we
terrifying.
played that, I think I was like 11 years old, so PJ was like 9, Samantha was like, I don't know, 6, Emma was a little baby.
Yes, Zelensky is back. We can't understand a lot of things he's saying, but they're from Ukraine.
Oh, hello. Is that how you say their name, Zelensky?
Yeah.
My device can't handle the stream with 144p. Oh no.
It's Wi-Fi for you. There's an extra around here somewhere.
Yeah, that is one
There
of the
it
most
is.
terrifying games ever. Black licorice.
Forget how you get to the extras.
Yeah.
Options. Yeah.
Extra. Let's see what we get.
Here we are.
Oh.
You have the Mermaid Man SpongeBob costume.
Ooh.
And film trailer 1.
Does Patrick get a mermaid man? Oh, it's just.
Patrick has his own
Barnacle
costumes,
Boy.
but don't have them.
Music is good on your headphones. That's good.
So this.
Now Patrick has
That's
Sandy's grappling ability.
Oh, they have it on
in
the
this
Internet
game.
Archive. You can download it.
Oh,
from there.
sweet.
See how creepy that looks? All
Look
those
at
kids
it.
become terrifying versions of themselves if you give them black licorice.
I don't like
You
that.
gotta
Yeah.
earn your extras in life, new boy. How is there a jellyfish in here?
I like the music. It would also be a fun one to play. Like, this music makes you think of that Rugrats game.
Yeah,
Rugrats.
Royal Ransom.
No, I was thinking of the PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah, that one.
Search for Reptar?
That one. Mhm.
Bring me more goofy goobers.
Stupid goose chase.
Yeah. Again, haven't met Mindy officially yet, but she's just here.
Patrick's in love with her no matter what.
You will. Just bring me more goofy goober tokens.
In order to get
There's
more,
replayability.
you have options. We can either go to the combat arena, or we go through here. This way's easier though.
Ounce of bounce challenge is now.
You can hear it.
Did you not do the
Not much of a challenge. Just
Are-
there you go.
Are you streaming on Twitch right now?
No, because it wasn't working earlier.
Okay. The only good thing is, for some reason, my new hardware, when I magically made my new monitor work the first time, is that I could download games or updates at 25 megabytes per second from the 6.8. That's nice.
That is nice. Now we have 2 Goofy Goober tokens.
And that means that we can get our new
Cartwheel.
ability.
Okay, Patrick. Since you've brought me enough goofy goober
Is she?
tokens,
Is that still Scarlett Johansson? Did they get her for this?
I think they did. It sounds like her. If they
Yeah.
did, that's pretty crazy. But
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett
that's
Johansson
crazy.
played Mindy, yeah.
I think they went all out with this one.
I mean, David Hasselhoff is in this one too, right?
No, I don't think they got it
Ah.
for it.
you better get going, Patrick. There's lots.
But I don't think they were even allowed to use his likeness.
I don't remember.
Because I remember distinctly when we see him later what he says. I don't think it was him.
David Hasselhoff. Hooray!
Like, I don't think they even let him say
his
he was
name?
David Hasselhoff.
Gosh.
He's like, nah, I ain't in on that. You can put me in the movie, but not the game.
I'm 50. I love the cartwheel move.
Yeah,
Dude, we should have gotten a Patrick donut.
that would have been perfect.
I didn't see it until we were already leaving, and I was like, oh, they had a Patrick donut? Dang it.
I think you pay a little extra for it, but it would have been
Who
worth
cares?
Slenderman minus points. It's so satisfying.
Incredibly. Multi-smash! Multi-man melee!
Macho Smash. Macho man. I got to be a macho man. Got to be a macho man.
Macho man.
man.
Ah, he's a macho man.
Only it's macho. Only it's
Macho madness.
It's macho. It's macho madness. Macho madness. Oh yeah, it's macho madness. Oh yeah, it's macho. It's macho madness.
I hope it says Macho Madness as one of the combo things.
That'd be great. Ooh, slippery. Ice cream. We're walking on ice cream. This level's very good at making you want ice cream.
It is, yeah.
Kelpo cream. I mean, they have kelp shakes.
And this was before that.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's not ice that he's slipping on. It's
Yeah.
ice cream. Giant cookie.
Very close. And we get an extra. We can cartwheel through all these boxes.
We can do it.
You
You got it. 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 Yeah.
Yes!
Careful, SpongeBob.
Careful, SpongeBob, careful!
Careful, SpongeBob.
Boom.
Oh, you cut your dreads off, huh?
What do we get?
You start growing your hair long all over again.
Now
That
we
sounds
get
fun.
long bucket head antennas.
I'm due for a haircut. I've got an appointment sometime later.
Yeah, also, let's level up the cartwheel.
I like the song that plays.
Damage anything that comes too near. Waja!
Surprised at how good of reviews that open world Sonic game's getting.
Yeah,
everyone
Sonic
likes Sonic
Frontiers, people are
Frontiers.
pretty good with it. Actually, I played a little bit of it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy it?
I did.
Wow.
I was like, well, I gotta try it. I thought it looked good.
I saw some gameplay of it, and to me it looked kind of bare bones. But
Kind of what everyone says, but they're like, but the spirit is there, and
Yeah, it's
they're
like-
it,
What is there is fun so far.
for they're like, if they can just patch it and add some more content and stuff, and it will be really good.
Yeah, like, the gameplay is solid. Like, it feels good to, you know, run and jump around and stuff. Which is more than you can say for a lot of other Sonic games.
the game's pretty too. But also it feels a lot like Breath of the Wild.
Oh my gosh. It is very much like Breath of the Wild.
It looked to me
Not
like
much in
someone
gameplay, of course, but aesthetically, even the music sounds like it sometimes. It's just a lot like it.
It looked to me like someone modded Breath of the Wild and switched Link out for Sonic. Oh, we could switch to SpongeBob here.
We can. We have to go back into the level, but we can.
There
Oh,
you
gosh.
are, Patrick. I've been trying to find you all evening.
It's 8 in the morning, SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh, 8 o'clock. I am late for work. Mr. Krabs is gonna kill me. Oh,
Kill me.
Art is so...
These are from the movie.
Neptune confronts Mr. Krabs about his alleged
Stole your crown. Signed Eugene Krabs.
asks if there is anyone present who may vouch for
Oh,
Mr.
he's wearing a
Krabs'
bag on his
character.
head.
And our yellow knucklehead McSpazatron shows up to
Knucklehead
accuse Mr.
McSpazatron.
Krabs of being a horrible person. King Neptune zaps Mr. Krabs, causing SpongeBob to sober up quickly. He selflessly volunteers to journey to Shell City and retrieve the king's crown.
Are they gonna
Leaving
show
Mr.
the mean
Krabs in
bald
place,
joke here? Is that
King
later? Is that
Neptune
here?
I don't know if they
seeks
show
their
it in the
reprieve,
game.
So SpongeBob and Patrick may attempt to retrieve the crown. King Neptune's daughter Mindy provides SpongeBob and Patrick.
Now,
with
here's
a
where they were
perfect
supposed to
mirror
have met, but
through which she can
we saw her
communicate
before
and
this.
assist our heroic duo. We continue as SpongeBob and Patrick arrive at the paddy wagon.
Sandwich driving.
101.
I thought SpongeBob didn't have his license.
He doesn't.
doesn't.
He explains it in the movie. He says he doesn't need a license to drive a sandwich.
You don't need a license to drive a sandwich.
Like, SpongeBob's fully capable of driving just because he thinks he doesn't need the license.
Basically, he's getting in his own way. when it
Yeah.
comes to driving a boat.
It is canon that it is SpongeBob his mindset is what stops him.
Take you through Bikini Bottom to the edge of town. Don't let the paddy wagon take too much damage, or you'll have to start again.
Our journey begins. Epic, heroic, daring, valiant.
Look, he's so ugly. I can never get over how ugly SpongeBob is.
Not just a sandwich,
How
a
dare you.
Krabby Patty.
Monster.
It's so... My brain just rejects it. That's always been my problem with SpongeBob, because something weird will happen. I'm just like, ugh, this is so weird.
Well, it's especially true later on in the show.
Yeah. Ooh.
There's definitely a little bit of uncanny moments in the earlier seasons, but you know, it can be funny. And later on, there are terrible moments like the freaking Splinter episode.
Yeah, and the toenail thing.
Ugh.
No one is fond.
Some of
that.
the worst TV I've ever seen. You never ever want to see
Secret
the
path.
Splinter episode. Extra. Yeah, I remember that noise.
Mm-hmm. The boost.
This park reminds me of Attack of the Monkeys.
It does. It looks very similar. Weird.
It's so much fun being able to like stream games like this. I remember playing stuff like this on GameCube and having the thought, man, it'd be so cool if you could like
If people could
stream
watch.
something like this.
Controls in the paddy wagon are pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. A little slippery, but it's good.
Oh, PJ's playing.
That would be me, yeah. Oh boy.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Through the mountain.
Man, I love that show.
So good. I know eventually I'm gonna end up just listening to it as I'm working.
It's a good idea.
'Cause I'm almost out of those Fallout 4 videos from Oxford.
Oh, from
Thankfully,
Oxford.
yeah, he just uploaded another one this morning.
Good. But what about the
TFS?
Yeah.
I saw the last episode of the main one on the last day that we worked.
Really?
I could
Wow.
listen to the rest like at Nuka World,
Yeah,
but
Nuka World. And well, I mean, if you want to, you could listen
what's
to
this you were saying? I want to see this.
Far Harbor.
Send the images another day, you guess. So you could send them now, and I could check them out in a spare moment. But yeah, I just started listening to the Oxhorn Fallout 4 story mode videos.
Throw some Windigoon in the mix.
Yeah,
Those are great. 'cause
There's a
they're
couple
like,
of new ones, and those would be real good.
because they're like, his videos are so long. There's ones that are like
Oh,
2-3 hours long.
It'd be amazing for that.
There's a lot of Wendigo that you haven't seen yet, too.
It's true.
Good, they can like dig back in his calendar because basically his videos are been all the same since forever.
Yes.
Which is like really good.
Well, yeah, because he only started making videos like last year.
Exactly. He just took off because his videos are so good. I remember the first video I saw of him was the one about the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah.
that's
Way
what I told you
before
about, yeah.
he took off. I saw it, got recommended to me, and I watched it.
Oh, that's a different one. I was thinking of. Yeah.
And then down down the line, once he started, taking off again because the iceberg videos, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. He was the dude who had the whiteboard talking about Kennedy.
Mm-hmm. I think I watched him because he was talking about ARGs.
Yeah.
I thought you watched him because you liked the Flesh World.
Oh, the
Mystery
Flesh World video,
Flesh,
that one's so good.
Mystery Flesh Pit.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones that I saw, but that wasn't the first one. I watched him because he was talking about ARGs, and then one of the ones that he talked about was Mystery Flesh Pit,
Yes.
which was amazing.
I'm in full agreement that someone should make a game based on Mystery Flesh Pit.
Yeah.
That would be real good. Just a fully explorable Mystery Flesh Pit. And you're just playing up, doing side quests until eventually the thing happens where it just starts to freak out.
Comes
And you have to
alive.
escape, you
SpongeBob
know.
and Patrick meet some of the charming locals who tell them they will not last long.
Will it be,
outside the
boys?
city.
Mustard or
Alright.
ketchup?
They should have listened.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a get out of the
Travelers
car,
are now
fellas.
stranded in a vast desert with only their feet for transportation.
Current background noise is those space podcast-like videos like Event Horizon or Cool Worlds. 8 hours. Ooh.
Peter,
3,000 miles to Shell City.
Peter has this channel that he really likes, but it's pretty far out there on like the conspiracy stuff. So if you don't like conspiracy type stuff, then you won't like it. But there's this channel called
Is it the Wi-Files?
The Y-Files.
Oh, another one. Oh, what's the guy?
SpongeBob.
Mr. Ballin?
Wanna reach those
Oh
towers?
man,
Have you
you'll
ever heard of Mr.
love
Ballin?
Mr. Ballin because he's
No.
got so many videos.
He's got so many videos, and they're all about, like, I mean, some are true crime stories, some are just adventure stories, people going places that they're not supposed to go, and what happens to them when they go there. They're so interesting.
Okay, here's where we get into this.
Uh-huh.
Like in Battle for Bikini Bottom, it makes you go back and get more tokens to unlock the other stuff.
Wife files. Is it like YouTube Ancient Aliens? Sounds perfect. Basically, he
Yeah,
covers.
pretty much.
Yeah, like any kind of like really deep conspiracy theory.
But he packages them up in a. He'll take a whole conspiracy and he'll boil it down into a really digestible video, and then like talk about it, and it's just he wraps everything up really nicely.
The Y files, like X files,
Like X,
but with
but Y.
Y.
And then the Z files.
Like he did one of, is the moon fake? And
Love-
but he like packages up so well. It's like, oh, is it?
I mean, now that you say
Like,
that,
clearly,
perhaps.
clearly no. But he does a good job of being like,
Yeah.
well, this is what the
Feeding
conspiracy is, and so he'll take you through why people think that.
Feeling like more of a man already.
Yeah, good old combat arenas. What I've always found weird about the combat arenas, the enemies featured in it are the ones in the level after where you fight in it. Like, these
Yeah.
are the guys from the next level, not this one. I'm not sure why they did that,
Mystery,
but they
I
did.
guess.
That was always, like, interesting to me, because I was like, you'd see a bunch of enemies you're not familiar with, and you're like, whoa, who are these guys?
That's probably the point. Is like, if it's the same ones, and you're like, I'm tired of these guys.
And it gives you a preview.
The files.
Yeah, that looks like zoo files. Huh?
Ugh.
That's what Z files looks like.
Let's just go ahead and not shorten it like that.
Yeah.
Yucky.
Can't wait to play more of that X Files game.
Yeah, although it's weird, these guys are from the current level,
Manly
but they're
Smash.
here, they're mixed in, I don't know why.
I know, kind of started the streaming early today is what it felt like. I'm like, I wasn't supposed to play a game today. I was supposed to have a break.
Yeah, and then you played X-Files.
Then played X-Files, everyone's like, go this way, turn this way. Like, we got live chat turned on.
Only it's everyone's physically speaking to you instead of writing it out. Wouldn't that be weird if they had like a live streaming chat system where everyone could just have a mic?
You can just open your Discord.
Yeah, but it feels like integrated into it, you know?
Yeah, I don't really like
I guess
that.
you could open like a public, Discord server and just have that chimed in.
have the.
I don't know if anybody does that, though.
That would be an interesting concept to try
Yeah.
out. You just have an open Discord, but you'd have to have a mod who is
Oh,
just
sure.
on it.
Yeah, that is the
That'd be
thing because it's
Instant, because people are just going to be spouting nonsense or terrible, hateful things.
That's probably why no one's done it.
That
but
would be a good reason why.
would be interesting. I mean, I guess it'd be kind of like the call-in streams, but really extreme,
Yeah.
Stupid laughs.
Hate them.
They only do that when they hit you, right?
Yeah. This will get easier when we have the bowling ball.
Yeah.
And SpongeBob's face.
I did laugh when you get
I
hit.
know, they mock you.
That's pretty funny.
The
though.
robots
I like
did it
that.
as well in Battle for Bikini Bottom.
The robot's Morty.
I don't think
they're robots, Rick.
They're bureaucrats.
Bureaucrats, Morty.
I don't
I
respect.
I don't respect them.
Do you remember that was the gift that made me want to watch the show?
That's what did it?
Yeah, that was the gift I saw that made me want to watch the show, and then I was like, PJ, where can I watch it?
That, and then when Morty doesn't turn on the shoes and he falls down the mountain, he's like, Morty, you gotta turn the shoes on first, Morty. You gotta turn them on first.
Yeah, quick clip asking about the X-Files game. It was for PlayStation. Original
Yeah.
PlayStation. It was a point-and-click adventure
Choose your own
game.
adventure. You play as a guy, and Mulder and Scully, something bad happened to them, and you're supposed to find them.
So yeah, not just some cheap Flash game online. It was and they recorded original footage for it with their actors
With
and everything.
the actual actors. Mulder, Scully, Skinner's there.
So if you're a big X-Files fan, that's a lost treasure.
Our dad got it online for $12. And it's 4 discs long, so it's a pretty long game.
Yeah.
Or it's not, it's just because it has the videos
I
in
mean,
it.
since it has
Well,
real
hold on.
FMV.
Final Fantasy VIII also had
FMV.
cutscenes and stuff, so I mean, it could still be long, because Final Fantasy VIII is very long.
Give me the bash, Mindy.
Skinner's the best character. Skinner's great.
Yeah, and Skinner is in it.
Skinner is such a badass.
Yeah.
Look how happy he is.
It's always weird because, like, he just looks like a regular dude, and then you see a
Now
scene of him not wearing a shirt, and you're like, this guy's
I
ripped.
didn't
Yeah,
expect SpongeBob to quote Darth Vader, but
Yeah,
he
Skinner
did.
is like cut.
Yeah.
Like freaking jacked. There's like a scene
a
where he has
big
his
guy.
shirt off and he like beats up a guy. I'm like, Jesus Christ. This guy's ripped. Skinner.
Skinner!
Although he looks more like Superintendent Chalmers than
He's
Skinner.
the ultimate fusion between the two of them.
Yeah, he is.
The looks of Chalmers and the name of Skinner.
Desert next to this one.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll have those towers shut down in a jiffy.
Bart Simpson. Oh, I said steamed hams.
That's
You wish
what I
you'd
call
recorded
hamburgers.
that? What? Recorded what? If it's something one of us said, it'll be in the archive.
Yeah. That said, Skinner was like, cut.
That's the sound ironically cut off, and then he
Returned
returned immediately.
Hey, this looks fun. Yeah, it is fun.
Oh, this game's great.
That sounded like the scene.
Sounds-
where-
oh no! I really don't like Skinner.
Calling Skinner a C word.
No, I said cut.
Very specific.
He's ripped.
Ripped,
He's in
jacked.
great shape.
The abs of Hercules.
Oh. This guy just throws up on you.
Skinner's just asleep.
So uncivilized.
How rude.
He's just spitting at you.
Yeah. Music in this game is good.
I like the noises that they make. It's so funny.
Wow. A lot of machoism there.
Oh yeah.
I wonder
Wake
what the
up,
speedrunning
boys.
scene is like in this game.
Does it exist?
There's
I hope so.
probably some weird glitch.
I
or
beat it in a day once.
like a speed glitch or something.
Yeah, there's gotta be.
Maybe you can.
I mean, I know there's a speedrunning scene for Battle for Bikini Bottom. There's some crazy stuff there.
There's probably a lot of people
This
who
is
do.
in the same engine, so I assume some of it is still possible.
Yeah, I'd imagine that, you know, some of the people that do Battle for Bikini Bottom ones have also done SpongeBob the movie ones.
I would assume. Obviously, speedruns have been done.
Yes, of course.
But I don't think it flourished as much as Battle for Bikini Bottom did.
I mean, there are games that don't have speedruns, which is really weird. Like, Jaden started up the Cooking Mama speedrunning scene.
I finished season 3 of what, Rick and Morty?
Oh wait, of X-Files?
Or X-Files, because like there's
Yeah. I mean, either way, yes.
Or is it just me?
Yeah. Another extra.
The scene.
One of them is the SpongeBob art pack.
Ooh.
I like that.
Doodle Bob.
That ooga booga.
Sad, like these are
The caveman one?
Yeah, the
these were all ones they wanted to have as costumes, but only like one of them made it in.
It's a real sponge.
Yeah, it's just a sponge. Get out of here.
I don't know what's with the mustache cop guy down there.
Yeah, it's Cop SpongeBob.
Yeah. Ripped Pants one. I want the Viking SpongeBob.
That's Leif Erikson Day,
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Hinga-dinga-durgan. Happy Leif Erikson Day.
And then the bad guy sound pack. I don't know what these sound packs are.
Of X-Files.
They're just
Yeah, go
full
ahead.
of voice clips that don't have anything to do with anything.
They're just...
Like this.
That's a great
It's
clip.
got nothing to do with anything, but
Oh no, not again.
These aren't even used, are
exactly, they're not.
Service with a smile. I'll show you service with a smile.
Did they
Oh,
just
we-
have like
we
Tom
used-
Kenny just saying random nonsense in the booth?
We
and they
used to
just
play
kept
that
it?
one constantly. That made us
Yeah.
laugh so... You want service with a smile?
This one
I'll show you service with a
Does
smile.
have something to do with the game, though, at least.
You want to pet Mr.
There,
Whisker?
that's the only
What
one.
about I think I'm
The only
gonna.
one.
Yeah, what does I think I'm
Oh
gonna...
yeah, I remember that one.
I think I'm gonna.
Service with a smile. I'll show you service with a smile. One of my favorite scenes in everything ever since Skinner had his confrontation with the character they ironically referred to as the Cancer Man just because he smokes. And Skinner brought in my dude Albert, the best minor character. That's why Skinner's my favorite character. Yeah, the Cancer Man. It's interesting that they always call him the Cancer Man because everyone outside of it, I've always heard them call him the Smoking Man.
Yeah, they always call him the Smoking Man in the show, I think.
Fox calls him the Cancer Man.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the much more cruel way of referring to him.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he does. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I leveled up.
Skinner's
I
a
could
good
max
guy.
out the bash.
I like when we first started the show, I was like, this guy's probably just like, you know, typical boss. Oh, yeah, I'll let you get away with it this time, but not next time.
Mm-hmm.
He's got I don't know, a lot of characterization,
Why?
a lot of good characterization. There's that whole episode about his divorce, and it makes you really feel bad for him.
Good sound design.
Yeah, some moments it feels a lot like Battle for Bikini Bottom, and that's one of them. Even put the buckets on the jellyfish.
God, the jellyfish.
Eh. I feel like most of the reason why I liked jelly as a kid was because of jellyfish.
Jellyfish, yeah.
They had like the jellyfish jelly on the Krabby Patties, and you're like, I don't know why, but that looks delicious. I mean, you can get bacon jam on a burger, and I've heard that's pretty
Bacon
good.
jam.
Yeah.
Portis.
Are those the guys who asked about mustard or ketchup?
I think it's supposed to be kind of like them.
Is that explosive?
Oh look, it's the ball rolling challenge.
Oh, I like that one.
Tom
Can I try?
Kenny's voice
Yes.
acting range is so crazy because the voices he can do are so
Oh yeah.
like the ice like trying
Ice
to do
King,
an Ice
yes.
King impression is like
Hard.
impossible. It's like very high pitched but very like scratchy.
Dang. Sounds really hard.
It is. I'm just glad this game doesn't have lives.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
We spent a long time trying to do these SpongeBob challenges.
Close one.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Okay. 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 Ah!
Okay.
It's hard, Elliot.
It is hard. And this is the easy one.
It's very slippery. And the brakes don't really work.
It doesn't have no brakes.
The brakes are just trying, going backwards.
Going backwards, yeah.
I was hoping I'd still have some muscle memory, but it doesn't look like it. No, no, no. Oh, oh, oh.
Gosh.
So much momentum. Eh. Go, 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 go. No. Go, 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 go.
Oh.
It's going through solid objects. It's a ghost fan.
Ghost fan. No. That wasn't so bad. Oh, jeez!
Oh my gosh. You're a beast.
Just
Got
past the
tier
fan.
moves.
Oh, geez.
No! Do I start all over again?
Probably.
No, no checkpoints.
Some of them have checkpoints, but this one does not because it's so short.
They're like, oh, this is easy.
This is baby mode.
Baby mode.
Well, it's good to have a little challenge.
Yeah.
His horrified eyes just staring as he rolls around as a ball.
I don't feel so good, Patrick.
I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, I think I'm gonna.
Pick it up. Ooh. Stop, 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 stop. I can't see. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna let you do it.
I'll try.
I'm like, I if we weren't streaming, I would literally keep trying,
yeah.
but I don't want to hold stuff up for my own pride.
Oh, hands.
His hands are like shaking.
Yeah. Just patiently waiting.
That sound.
No. His lips are trembling.
He's terrified.
He's in pain.
Nice. The camera in this is so bad.
It's weird. Oh man, I gotta get those 5 manliness points.
It's worth risking the entire thing over.
Even in the corners.
Gosh, it's so slidey.
Yes.
Now here's the fun part. Yeah.
I almost had it.
His feet are in the ground.
Ah! Got the SpongeBob puppet right over there.
I know.
Yeah. Should have brought it over. Oh well.
Daddy, do you even love me?
There's a guy on TikTok that I watched once who did like the best Ice King voice I've ever heard.
Really?
And yeah, he it sounds just like it. And it's very, very impressive. And he said that the reason why it's so good is because he was like pretty good at doing Ice King. And then one day he like got to meet Tom Kenny over like a virtual meetup,
cool.
and he showed him his impression, and Tom Kenny like told him how to do it.
Just gave him the.
He was like, okay,
tips.
you need to like do this a little more and try this, and it made it to where he could do it perfectly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find him.
That was close.
It's hard to find people from TikTok.
With a bang.
Maybe I saved one of this. That would have been a long time ago.
Oh, that's a headache waiting to happen.
I don't even remember saving that one. Moshi Moshi, howdy doody. Back in my early days of using TikTok, I didn't save things enough. I'd be like, oh, I like
Right.
that, and then just scroll to the next one.
Now look, the floating block challenge.
Ooh.
time with Patrick.
It looks so good on the stream. I can't get over how good it looks with all the
Oh yeah, the background.
background,
Thank you.
the edge.
The monkey one really fits.
Yeah, it looks really good with this game. I like how you put kind of like the SpongeBob ocean, like
Yeah, the bikini
background.
bottom.
This one actually does have a timer
Oh.
and an extra.
Might just watch the chat on your phone. I have to keep my phone open too. Ooh.
They give Patrick the platforming challenge, and he can't platform as good as SpongeBob can.
That's probably why it's the challenge. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh no. But he does have a checkpoint.
Oh, that's good.
At least just spin. But they do kind of throw you around.
Yeah,
a little bit.
disorients you.
For some reason, playing this game is making me remember how much we'd watch The Mighty Bee.
Interesting.
It's the Mighty Bee.
It was a cartoon that starred Amy Poehler.
Oh, what? No!
as
The traction!
A girl who was... she's kind of like a Girl Scout.
Yeah, like a Girl Scout troop.
She was, like, really obsessed with, like, earning badges, and she wanted to, like, always be, like, good and perfect.
Oh, so she's like Leslie Knope.
Exactly.
Kind of, yeah. She's like a
She
kid
plays
Leslie
her
Knope.
in a little
yeah.
similar.
What was her name? B. Higginbottom. B. Higginbottom.
Yeah. Yeah, Bessie.
Bessie Higginbottom, yeah. It was a really funny show.
Oh, the traction on the blocks! It's just... I don't remember it working like that.
Oh.
Was Portia from that show?
Yes.
Okay.
Gibbons, I believe.
Portia Gibbons, yes.
I remember more than I would expect to.
We watched a lot of Mighty Bee. We would watch it like every day.
It's true.
I'm not surprised that you remember stuff too. Like, we watched a lot of it.
You guys ever watch Team of Supremo?
What's that?
It sounds familiar.
Super obscure show.
The name definitely sounds familiar.
It was just...
Oh no!
Oh
my gosh.
What in the
Why
world?
it does this?
It
We're
was,
inside of it.
it was like a superhero type show where these kids were like superheroes, but they had like, you know, not really superpowers. So there's like a kid with a skateboard, a girl with a jump rope,
That sounds familiar.
and I forget what the other kid.
Yes, we did.
Oh gosh, that!
The
Jeez,
Lasso Girl, yeah.
I forgot all about it. It was probably on some channel we didn't watch very much, but I remember it.
Crandall! His name was Crandall!
Randall.
Yeah. That show has one of the best interpretations of a Joker-esque character.
Rope
Really?
Girl was her name.
Nice.
No cap. There's like a, you know, Joker like knockoff who's like, I think he's a mime or a clown or something, and his origin story is so sad.
In Team Host Supremo.
Let's see, which one is he? I'm looking through the names.
More of a man already. Super fun! Saving the day!
There's a lot of villains in here.
Probably the villain of the week type.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I remember the Somnambulist. Yeah, we definitely watched Team Most.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. What channel was that? No, I don't
I think
recall.
it was BBC Family.
Yeah. Let's see there. Saturday morning cartoons on ABC. Is any of those guys the Joker?
Yeah.
Oh, the clown guy? I remember him.
Radio tower.
We watched a lot of, I mean, the look of that show also reminds me of Mucha Lucha.
Yeah, I remember that one a lot more.
Mucha Lucha, Mucha Lucha.
Boom! Dead.
I just watched like way too much Kenny the Shark, even though that show was hot garbage.
I know of Kenny the Shark. But
Yeah.
I don't think that we watched it.
Literally not funny. It's like anti-fun.
We watched a lot of Nicktoons TV
And
because it was like a
Nicktoons network.
Yeah, Nicktoons Network because it was like a special channel.
Here's one of
that
the
not
sliding
everyone had.
ones.
Ooh. I will try it.
I found one last spot with those
Okie dokie corral.
end towers.
Okie
Use
dokie
whatever you can
corral.
find to knock them down.
So we would watch stuff like The Secret Show, Yakety Yak.
The last of
Ooh,
Plankton's
classic
propaganda
song.
towers are here on the edge of the desert.
I think of this one a lot.
You guys ever watch Trading Spaces, Boys versus Girls?
We watched Trading Spaces, but not Boys versus Girls.
Taking the evil. These
Sits
tracks
down.
form part of the slide through this area. I need you to
There
race
was like
down
one
them and knock these
episode
towers over.
where it was like
Kinda hard.
Don't worry,
these
guys.
girls just gave
Stay
this
on the track,
kid
jump
just
over
a
obstacles,
terrible
and hit
room,
any plankton signs
and
you
he
see
was
along
just
the
like,
way.
visibly upset, and he was just like, wow, I don't really like this, and it was so awkward.
Gosh.
Fireworks.
I don't even remember what Trading Spaces was. Like,
It was just like they'd redecorate each other's rooms.
we watched a lot of reality shows like that, like the
Yeah.
early 2000s reality shows.
It was like, Samantha likes the beach, so we made her a dolphin room.
We watched a lot of Wife Swap, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and regular Extreme Makeover.
All of that.
Of course, I watched a lot of Survivor. I don't think that PJ really liked to watch Survivor as a kid.
No,
I would watch
I
it
didn't
with
pay
mom and
attention.
dad.
I didn't like Survivor when I was a kid because I thought it was too mean, and then when I got older, I like really liked it.
I felt like I was learning a lot about like socializing by watching
if
it.
you want to learn deep into like social interactions, that's a great
Yikes.
show to watch. It's a great breakdown of how group dynamics work.
I feel like I did learn a lot.
I remember in my communication classes, one of my professors being like, honestly, he's like, if you want to learn a ton about communication, he's like, watch Survivor and take notes.
I remember, like, because I was really little when we were watching. I must have been like 5 or 6. And I remember mom and dad just being like blown away by how well I could pick up the dynamics between people, just because you watch it and you learn a lot.
And if you want to learn how to screw people over really well, apparently.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch any of the ones with who's the guy with the hat? Who's the guy, Elliot?
Russell.
Russell.
Yeah, that's what Chris just said.
He brought up Russell? I didn't
Yeah,
even see.
No. He's my favorite.
Of course Russell's your favorite.
Yeah, but Russell's
very good.
Rock.
Ooh.
Russell in his first season played a strategy that no one else had done before, but then he tried it in every other season and everyone just countered his one strategy.
Well, he did pretty good in All-Star until Poverty? Is it Poverty or Parvati?
Parvati.
Parvati screwed him over. You know.
Once everyone learned his strategy,
Well, that's the thing, is that the first season he was there, he was unbeatable because no one knew that he was lying.
and no one knew how to counter
Yeah,
his strategy
you
of
couldn't
just
tell.
always having 2 people on your side from the very start.
Yeah, and then it was like the next season that he was on there. Actually, even the second season, people didn't know because he was on like the season directly after that, and people hadn't seen the last season yet. It was like after that season had aired and people he played with had the ability to see, then he was screwed. They got him out pretty early.
Because he leads through chaos.
Yes. And he's very good at lying. Oh, shoot. Oh, at least it gives you a hamburger.
Yeah.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
I mean, the villains episode is great. I love Boston
Oh,
Rob.
I love Heroes versus Villains.
Love-
Boston Rob is my favorite.
Love Boston Rob.
I just loved his romance with Amber and All Stars. That was great because you spend the whole time thinking, are they going to betray each other? Like, or is this for real? And then it was for real. And they're still together. Elliot, did you know they put that new season with all of them in it on Hulu?
Ooh.
We gotta watch that, or I mean, if you want to. If you don't want to, then I'll watch it by myself.
I've been getting the itch to watch another Survivor, so.
Okay, cool.
Bye-bye.
Because I really want to see that season with all the old favorites.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah, you did
Sandra's
it.
there.
I knew you guys would do it. Here's your
Who's the guy that we liked and he was pretty good with the long blonde hair and then he got like completely owned by Russell and then just got immediately kicked? You know what I'm talking about? The guy who made like the really stupid choice.
Oh gosh, apparently we've been having some serious frame drops and no one has apparently either noticed nor said anything.
Having foiled
Lost like
Plankton's
7,000 at some point.
continued
Jeez.
across the desert, but Plankton
That's not good.
remained
I think you're right, Freak
one
Eclipse. I think he did
step
get
ahead
third
of
every
them.
time.
He sent
Not
someone to make sure that they
every
don't fail.
time.
He is a vicious, ruthless.
Yeah, so I
Heroes
guess it
versus
might not have been
villains,
your
he
fault.
I don't know.
Fortunately, SpongeBob and Patrick
He got out in one of
discovered
them.
the paddy
That's
wagon
what I
in
remember,
a
is
parking
watching
lot.
when he got
But
out.
He is missing. So
But
the
weirdly
only
enough, I've
thing to
never
do
seen the
is to
season,
go into the rock
the first
up
season he
there.
was in, because it's
Look
not on
for it.
Hulu.
Good luck,
They just don't
my
have the
friends.
season
You're
where
going to
Russell
need
was a
it.
new player on Hulu. They skipped right over it.
That's weird.
I just looked over for a split second, I saw it yellow and I was like, oh no.
It looked fine on my phone.
That's weird.
It might have only been dropping them in little by little.
Yeah, maybe.
You have to get the key to the paddy wagon back.
Oh, I like the song. I thought they managed to get Russell in one of them. I'm gonna look it up. I could be wrong.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, stream's freezing up too. I thought it was you. Apparently it wasn't.
For me to give you the smash. You'll need
I don't know why they decided to call it that, but
paddy
they
wagon
did.
back and defeat all the thugs. You need more goopy goober tokens.
But Mindy, I picked a flower for you. Oh, I think I lost it.
Well, I guess he was
Sorry,
only in
Patrick.
2 seasons, huh? Wait, Zapatera. Oh no, he was in Champions versus Contenders too.
Well, at least we only need one more token.
Yeah, that was in 2018, huh? Yeah, he only made it 5 days before he was voted out on that one.
No, I guess
Redemption
we have
Island, he
go
made it
back and
10
do the
days
time
before he was voted
challenge.
out. That's the one I saw, Redemption Island. Because in his original one, he was the runner-up, second place. In Heroes vs. Villains, he was second runner-up, third place. But every time after that, he did not make it far. In fact, I think he was the second person voted out in both of those.
What do you wanted?
I'm challenged all the time.
Yeah, you can...
3.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, in Redemption Island, he finished 17th out of 18.
Oh man.
And Champions versus Contenders, 23rd out of 24th.
We have 4 minutes to beat this level.
Also, I think he found several hidden immunity idols unneeded by clues. That was the crazy thing. He didn't need to find any clues in order to find hidden immunity idols. Russell's great to watch. I'm sure he'd be very frustrating to play with,
Oh yeah.
but he's great to watch.
Yeah, he's a great player. I also absolutely hate Johnny Fairplay. That guy was so annoying. I can't believe he was on so many seasons.
Have I ever told you about Johnny Fairplay?
Don't think so.
He lied and said that his grandma died.
Ah.
So there was this thing where you could, like the reward you'd get for the challenge was that you'd get to spend time with a friend or family member that had come to see you.
Right.
And his friend was there. And he had talked to his friend before that, hey, if I get that far and they have that reward and they have you come out here, we're going to have a plan where you come up and you tell me when you give me a hug and say, hey man,
Your grandma died.
she couldn't make it because
She died.
And Johnny like was telling all the people like, oh, my grandma was gonna be the one to come, but you know if she passed away, then you know my friend was gonna come. So as soon as I saw him here, I knew. And then like it cuts to him after. He's like my grandma's fine. She's at home watching Jeopardy. Like
Well,
and
because he was like, guys, can I please have this like reward so I can talk to my friend? Everyone felt so bad. They're like, yeah, man, you can take this reward.
so they like lost. A lot of them lost on purpose to give it to him. Not everyone. There were a couple people that were like, like specifically, I think Sandra was like, I don't care, but a lot of people just threw it for him.
And he never got called out for it.
No.
It was so unreal.
It's so funny because it happened and we saw, but he never let it slip, and nobody ever figured it out.
Dang.
It was like, what a scumbag. That's like the scummiest move.
Yeah, he's a pro wrestler, yeah.
What?
Rupert, yeah! Rupert, I love Rupert. Rupert's one of my favorites.
Johnny Fairplay's a pro wrestler?
Yes, he is.
Bring that. Jamie, can we pull that up?
Here, I'll look it up. He was on the... So that season of Survivor that has Sandra and all the other people in it, Johnny Fairplay is in it. But...
I hate it when people sneeze, like, too loud. Is he, like, ripped or something?
Is there any recent pictures of him? He's just a guy.
He looks like a pro wrestler.
He's a pro wrestler. Larceny case dismissed. 2 years ago. There he is.
Time challenge. Here's your reward.
Just irrational hatred when people sneeze too much.
Tim and Rupert.
I hate when people sneeze, like, too loud, like they do the achoo! It's like, oh.
Rupert's such a nice guy. I assume you never watched Big Brother. Yeah, no, I didn't. I know that he was related to someone who's on that. Yeah. I watch... There's a podcast that I like that has one of the former Big Brother winners.
Now I have a real challenge for you.
No, you don't.
Derek Levasseur.
Here on the road.
He has a podcast with Stephanie Harlow.
This game has ring levels, like Superman 64.
Oh yeah, Willie Hantz, yeah.
Let's not do that.
There's also that, what was it, Russell's nephew was on a season of Survivor, and usually where it puts people's jobs, they just started putting Russell's nephew. CBS had this thing for a brief period of time after Russell where they constantly invited his brothers to the show, and they're all equally insane. I'm sure Big Brother's good. I would kind of like to watch the season that has Derek Levasseur in it, because, I mean, I already know how it ends. Because he talks about it all the time.
Dude, there's this, like, this is, like, a really far reach. So there's this pro Canadian poker player. His name is Daniel Negreanu.
Negreanu.
And he, like, has been trying to get on Survivor for years. And he would be so perfect for it.
Maybe one
Because
day.
he's such a character.
I've heard that he's one of the best winners, Freak. Yeah, I mean, he said that he was just really, really good at, like, hiding who he was. He's a police officer, or he was. You know, he's a private investigator. And he just never let that slip, and he used what he learned in his, you know, career as a police officer in order to read people and trick them. And so it sounds like a really interesting season. And he's a cool guy.
You notice that guy looks like he's wearing anchor arms?
Yeah. He does look like he's wearing
If he
anchor
is,
arms.
that's pretty awesome. It's a good detail.
That's an episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob sees an ad for anchor arms, right?
Yeah.
He wants to look strong because Sandy has been doing weightlifting competitions. And so he's like, I'm gonna buy these anchor arms and they'll make it to where I can do it. So they make his arms look super buff, but he's still weak.
Yeah, because they're just inflatable arms.
Yeah.
And this guy looks like he's wearing anchor arms. Looks cool. I saw him, I was like, those look like anchor arms.
The dog guy?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they do! Killed the dog.
Monster.
Well, the dog's fine. Just
Also,
went to
people
the next
hated
dimension.
season because he was the only good player. Okay. That a very Rupert-like guy? Because Derek literally controlled everything, there was no drama or fight, so
Yeah,
people were mad.
max out the star spin.
I love that. I love that for him. That's so funny.
There is some really bad seasons where there's just like one dominant player, and then it's like not as much fun.
Or nobody's good at playing and everyone kind of sucks. Like,
yeah, there's some really boring seasons.
the one I think of is was it Millennials versus Gen X?
That season was really, or Brawn versus Beauty versus Brain. I thought was really boring.
They had like a guy named Tarzan and a guy named Troy Zan on that.
The dog's okay. It just doesn't exist anymore.
So Willie Hantz.
I've had people argue with me that there is a distinction between death and not existing anymore. It's like,
well,
it's like sort of, but it's like
in the mindset of suicidal ideation, sure, but
Well, there's this really weird thing. If you go to Mars, then it's like you're dead on Earth. So the first astronauts that go to Mars, they're literally going to go through...
Wait, they're going to be declared legally dead?
Essentially, yeah, because they're never coming back.
Wow.
The
Right.
first ones that go there. So NASA will have to go through and basically freeze their social security cards. They'll, basically they'll be dead. And it's a super weird thing because they'll be societally dead, but they'll still be alive, on Mars.
I'm sure
They'll be
they'll
alive
have,
on Mars, but as far as Earth is concerned...
They'll have some other record of
it's like they could technically communicate with Earth still, even when they're on Mars. But...
Maybe. Yeah, I suppose they with the Mars rover.
Yeah. I mean, we've had communications from satellites that are way further out.
Willie
than
Hans
that.
got into screaming matches on a literal daily basis and eventually got into another one with some guy named Joe and he headbutted him, so they kicked him out. That's funny. Yeah, Mari was on Survivor, Millennials vs. Gen X, and she got out second, which really sucked. Because I thought that she was pretty good. I was excited to see what she would do, and then they just, like, took her right out. They're starting an anarchy colony on Mars.
Well, because eventually people will be able to come back from Mars, but for now it looks like the first colony that goes there...
Yeah, they're not coming back.
They won't be coming back to Earth.
Exploded that guy.
Because they'll have to set up so much stuff.
Yeah.
They'll need generations of infrastructure.
Yeah, so it wouldn't just be like every colonist ever.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, like, if you got on the Mayflower and came to the United States, you're essentially dead in England, because you're never coming back.
Yeah, back then, yeah, definitely.
Unless you sent a message back to another ship or something.
Carrier pigeon. Take me home. I don't care about being made to be an Anglican.
Well, that was the thing. The journey was so rough. Even the people that tried to come back, like, I don't like America, I'm going back, didn't make it.
Yeah, there's a chance that you could have just died on the way.
Yeah, it was such a dangerous trip.
This guy named Jerry, who was a sole representative of the cracked old man character on Big Brother. People have been begging to bring him back because his voice was cartoony level insane. Speaking of taking him away.
Whoa!
Jeez. Big Brother just has so much yelling in it.
I've never watched any of it. Oh.
Nope.
Oh, classic. You can't step on the red, right?
No, you can't. Red hurts you. Why? I don't know.
Lots of manliness points there.
Yeah, exactly.
Close one. Ooh.
Oh, got Herman.
Hey, Herman!
Herman, what's up? It's been a while. How you doing? Oh,
man. Private Pat.
Grab this, grab that.
Gosh. Well done.
Did we level up just now?
We did. There's a lot of manliness points in this level.
Well, of course, we're in a bar. A biker bar.
That makes a lot of sense.
Get it.
Get him.
I'm excited to get in the hot tub again tonight.
Oh, hot tub.
Yeah, we're going to Emily Nick's apartment.
And I'm gonna get in the pool.
It's gonna be
Not
cold.
nice cold water.
I have
various
had
degrees of
to
college.
contend with, and also Persona 5 released on PC the 21st last month.
That's right, yes. I gotcha.
Did you see the ramen that they had?
Mm-hmm.
It looked so good.
Really good. His tongue stuck to the ice cube. That's
Yeah.
funny.
They got really creative movesets in this game. Another episode I want to watch that I haven't seen in a while is, shoot, I forgot the name of the towel right now. The one where Squidward realizes he loves Krabby Patties.
Was it just a bite?
Just one bite.
Yeah,
Just
something
one
like
bite.
that,
Yeah. For a second, I thought it was what's that? Dying for
Dying for pie.
Dying for Pie. That's a different one.
Yeah.
Dying for Pie is so good. Elliot, we gotta watch SpongeBob.
It's weird. I could hear the cartwheel almost doing damage to it, but it didn't actually hurt him.
Dying for Pie is an episode where Squidward thinks that SpongeBob ate a bomb pie, a pie's bomb in it, and so he's like being nice to him.
Spends a whole day with him doing whatever he wants because he thinks he accidentally killed him.
I'm trying to think if there's a meme from it that you might know.
It's gotta be.
And this is my friend Squidward wearing a salmon suit.
I'm gonna show my best friend Squidward to everyone in town wearing a salmon suit. You're gonna be wearing a salmon suit?
No, silly.
That's a good one, Squidward.
That's what
Just,
it is.
then it's just Squidward saying it as the kids throw rocks at his head.
I'm gonna show my best friend Squidward to everyone in town.
I don't know why they put lava in here.
Have you ever seen Squidward in a fish costume? It's from Dying
Oh,
for
I think
Pie.
I've seen that one.
It's from Dying for Pie. That's a classic. That's probably one of my favorites. I don't know, I say that when I think of any SpongeBob episode. I'm like, that was my favorite.
Seasons 1 through 3 is amazing.
Jumpin', jumpin', jumpin'.
One moment, sir.
I spent roughly 2.5 weeks of my life in video gaming, 11 hours per day, and the rest of my time on trying not to fail my education. How have you been?
Fine. Just started a new job recently. 8-hour days so far. But it's been good.
Making a lot of money.
Money.
I'm doing the same old,
Yeah,
thinking of going back to school in January. I didn't tell you about that.
You did.
Did I tell you? You were there?
You said you wanted to go back to school. I don't know if you said in January though.
Oh, I haven't told you about. So it's not for like language, like I was talking about. Really, I'm gonna do it. I just haven't signed up for it yet.
Right.
So I would say thinking because I haven't like signed up yet.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna go be a medical assistant,
Wow.
like Sam
Sam.
did. But I'm not gonna go to SJVC because it's $17,000.
Yikes.
And if I go where Belle went, it's only $3,000, and it's
Right.
faster. It just takes 2 months? Very short. Throwing the fruit electric.
Yeah, we can't do this one until later.
Well, it's not a tweet, but you know what I mean about that.
Oh yeah. PJ made a community post about it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Tay.
Yes, I briefly mentioned starting the new job.
Big Brother's been added to the list of things I know you likely won't watch, but can only pray you will watch. X-Files used to be on it, so who knows? Yeah. We have been watching X-Files, so
Yes.
I mean, it's likely if it's on Hulu, then I'll probably like watch it. Right now, I'm like obsessed with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so who knows when I'll get to it. But maybe once I finish Always Sunny.
Hey, now that you got the job, find what lav mic we should buy.
Yeah.
We'll get by the same ones.
Like, Dad actually came across a good one because they were doing this interview thing with the gas company, and they had to get their own equipment for it. So a guy just went down to Best Buy and bought the best ones he could find. Spent hundreds of dollars on them, but Dad said they were really good.
Oh. And they
So, I'm stoked for
they
that.
like hook up wirelessly?
Yes.
Or? Oh.
Hook up wirelessly, and you can connect the packs to your phone, your computer, whatever you're using.
That's pretty cool.
So maybe I'll go for that. I'll look more into it.
Yeah.
My plan is once that first paycheck comes in, and then I assess that, it's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna buy some stuff now. I mean, I already made just like $200 alone last night because it was a holiday,
Yeah.
so I got time and a half.
Herman's asking, what kind of job is it if it's
It's not confidential. I don't know if I can say specifically with what, corporation, if you want to call them that. They have a weird thing where it's like they don't like you talking about them. They have to kind of dance around it.
Interesting. Government job?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I can say that. Where it's like, you just have to watch what you say is what it is. Because they apparently they look up your social media accounts, and if you say bad things, then they don't like it.
That's interesting. Well, I mean, we're not saying anything bad.
No.
You're in the e-commerce and...
I mean, is e-commerce fair? He's in a corporation that you likely use on the daily.
They deliver
all I'll say.
mail to people. I won't say exactly what it is, but they do that.
They deliver mail. That's all I can say. Like, well, that's
You get the picture.
that's the whole thing.
I won't say the
Not
exact
using the
name of the
name.
business, but I'll say what we do.
There you go. Now we have an insider. We're just an FBI agent confirmed assigned to the
Yeah.
X-Files division.
Mail, bruh, amazing.
Ah.
Funny way to put it.
Yeah. Agent PJ.
Agent P.
Agent.
Agent PJ.
Perry.
He's a semi-aquatic egg-laying mammal of action. Da-da-da-da.
Mom's been watching a lot of Phineas and Ferb lately.
Oh, I
And
bet.
as such, I have also been watching some of it.
Yeah.
Still holds up.
Mom used to be a huge Phineas and Ferb fan.
Yes.
Platypus? Harry the platypus!
Elliott's been working on his Doofenshmirtz.
It's real good.
Family list.
This one is a lot harder than the other one, by the way.
To be honest, I don't really understand.
Doobie doobie dooba doobie doobie dooba.
It's like, so far I've had to work the full 8-hour days, except one day was let us go early, like 6 hours. But I know for a fact they're gonna work us overtime for like 12 hours at some point.
Yeah, but they still make a lot of money.
Exactly, because you get time and a half when you're overtime as well.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Gonna come up with a grip of cash.
Just consider this your grinding job. Like you can
Yeah,
do this and
this
make
is
a
the
good bit of
grind.
money. You can start considering if you want to do anything else, or if you like being there enough, you can proceed and look for promotions and things like that. Move to different parts of the company.
It's like, I don't know how, like, confidential they want me to be, so I'm just treading lightly.
And you don't want them to like one day look up your YouTube channel and be like, hey, they're talking about us.
It's like, I know for a fact a lot of people probably talk about it and say a lot of things, but it's like,
My guess is that they don't want people like, because on TikTok a lot of times people will talk about their jobs and complain.
Yeah, and that's what they don't like.
So they probably just are saying that so that people don't like make these little TikToks being like, I work at the DMV and that job just really sucks. Like you guys should never work there. That's probably what they're saying it for. But
Oh yeah, I mean, when I worked at the pizza place, we fired a girl because she tweeted, "Ugh, I don't want to go to work today. I hate this job." And so my boss replied to her tweet and said, "Hey, you know what? Don't
Guess
come in
what?
today."
You don't have to.
She got fired. It was an epic Twitter moment.
Yeah.
was that when I worked there? That wasn't
That was
when I
before
worked there.
your
Okay, I was
time.
like, I remember that happening.
Yeah, it was an epic win.
Although that does suck for her because it's like,
Yeah, it's
I don't
terrible.
blame her. There were times when that job was terrible.
Well, she was cool, so
It was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
you know.
Switch to SpongeBob here so we can.
I mean, it's
do
probably
this, we
also
can't
why
do
you don't
later.
want to let your boss follow your Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, really, for all your social media, you should never have it tied to your real name.
No.
Unless
You
you're
should always have a handle.
gonna have like a professional social media. See, he's doing chicken move. Did you see that?
Yeah. I like the little idle moves they do sometimes.
Do the chicken thing again, Patrick.
We are not chicken. My popcorn.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. You could tell that they're fans of the show and they were making this.
Where you work, they have something like where you have to use the hashtag for your work if you talk about them.
They haven't mentioned that from mine. I don't know if they care about that.
Yeah, I guess the idea was that they already didn't like the work that she was
that was
doing.
just the last straw. That was just
And
their
they
excuse,
wanted to fire
you
him,
know.
fire her anyway. But also knowing our old boss, he wasn't great.
No.
It sounds like something he'd do. So.
Oh man, are there no Krabby Patties in here?
Probably just fed his power complex. Be careful now.
Yeah. And we got him.
Don't let it get away!
I think we've got the key now, Patrick. I also think you can get off of me.
And we leveled up. Again.
We have 2 points now?
No, just the one. I spent it on Smash. Let's up SpongeBob's health. We have not upgraded their health yet.
Fork.
Yeah, those look good.
It looks so good.
Patty with extra manliness.
Dun, 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 dun. The Krabby Patty. It's preparing the Krabby Patty.
Yeah. I distinctly remember during orientation they mentioned a case where someone got fired for talking on social media, where they're like, "Oh, I understand why so many people like go crazy and just start, like killing people."
Oh gosh!
So it's so bad here, and they brought her in. They did a threat analysis. They had to sit her down with armed guards and be like, "What are you talking about?"
Are you saying that you're going to shoot everyone here? Like, gosh.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, they fired her and everything. That was the example they showed us. I was like, okay.
It's pretty extreme.
The boss is about to find your Twitter, make your lives miserable. Well, luckily, I don't have a personal Twitter, so... oh, you found when we played Omori?
Oh, yeah, that's all still on here.
Yeah. It's a good one. I like to go back and watch for the voice acting sometimes. Speaking of, they had a new Omori dropped yesterday. And, I picked a couple things, and they're gonna be my Christmas present from Elliot. I got a desk mat and a new shirt.
Yeah, this level's weird. We just have to get all the keys to the gate.
I got this desk mat that's the neighbor's room.
Oh, that's really good.
And then it's a shirt with Mario on it that says all it costs is your love. Got fruits on the sleeve.
She wanted to get drafted, so she filled in that she was super hyped on all the fields in her applicant form for the military. Described when she wanted to join, she just wrote, "I want to shoot people."
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, classic. That'll do it.
Yeah, I think it's probably a bad idea to complain publicly about your job unless you want to lose it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't like my job, but I don't post on social media.
Get a journal.
Yeah, right.
That's always my answer.
Write it in a journal, write it on a piece of paper, throw the piece of paper away.
Talk, personally with friends. Don't, put it on the internet.
Yeah.
And not with friends that you
Work with, oh yeah.
Most of the time, jobs are ends to a means. So, if you're lucky enough to enjoy your job, that's great, but...
A lot of management
I like the money from the job.
Yeah.
So, what I do in the job is inconsequential.
Meanwhile, I just had to write, I'm allergic to nuts. Can that keep you from getting drafted?
You just have to write, I have asthma.
I got asthma, so I ain't getting drafted.
That's why Dad couldn't
That's why
get
he
into
wanted
the
to join, but he had asthma. So they wouldn't let him.
You've got scarred lungs.
Got that scarred lung tissue, boy.
That'd be weird if they wouldn't let you in because you're allergic to nuts.
Yeah, any kind of disease doesn't get you in, I think. There was a... What was it? Didn't Mom say that one of her brothers couldn't get in because he had too much acne scarring on his back?
Yeah, that's right. He had acne scars on his back. They wouldn't let him in for that either.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Right, you're too ugly to be in our army. It's like,
I think they said that the scarring made it to where, if he got
he
hurt
couldn't
on his back, then...
comfortably change or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't quickly do things right. Something like
Or
that.
if he got hurt in the back, it wouldn't heal as easily.
Yeah.
that's weird.
Rations are full of those buggers. I would die from eating lunch.
Yeah,
Goodness.
Yeah, because that's the thing, they use so much
It's true.
Nut
Patrick
protein.
Gartner.
nut protein.
I don't
Look at
know
Elf.
what that first one is.
What in the world?
Patrick, please.
I don't need to know what you're into.
I don't know if any of these Patrick costumes even made it in, but if the Elvis
Barnacle
one was
Boy?
in here, that would be great.
Is the Barnacle Boy one?
At best, the Barnacle Boy one is in here. I don't remember when that first one showed up.
What's the episode called with the caveman? Is it that when Worlds Collide?
That was where that one was from, yeah.
Okay.
But it
When
was,
Worlds Collide.
SpongeBob SquarePants BC, as in before comedy.
He's
Yeah.
right in the military without you don't eating all them nuts. No, I wouldn't want to serve anyways either.
Yeah, I remember someone like did like a meme poster. It was like, oh, if you're depressed, you're living in the past, and if you're anxious, you're living in the future. And then it goes me, and it's just the caveman and the robot back to back when
Yeah.
worlds collide. Yeah.
Depressed and anxious, baby.
There we go.
That might have been the last key.
Hold my hand, I'll be your guide when worlds collide. Remember the episode with the what was it? The secret episode of SpongeBob?
The lost episode.
The lost
Yeah.
episode, yeah. And it's just him
Sponge
like a
could
walk
fly,
cycle.
That was just a bunch of cheap walk cycles.
And then the sponge who could fly.
Yeah.
We watched that when it was brand new.
I remember
we were
it.
so hyped.
So hyped.
I remember the feeling of seeing that walk cycle and then being like, that's it? That's it? And they had the sponge who could fly. The
Yes.
episode was so good.
Yeah, they subverted us. They're gonna give us the real one, and it was good.
That
And
kid
then,
was little.
like, ironically, the disappointment ended up happening for real later with, like, the SpongeBob's Best Day Ever episode. They hyped that up like crazy. Had a full marathon of every episode leading up to it. And then I watched the episode and I was like, that wasn't that good.
The only good thing about it was the song.
Yeah.
The Best Day Ever was a good song. I think there were other songs too, but the only one that's memorable
We didn't
is
get all
the
the
Best
keys
Day
yet?
Ever.
Well, how many more are left?
One more, I guess? But we must have been little when the Secret SpongeBob episode came out, because I remember being in 3rd grade and swinging on the swing and singing "If I Could Fly So Very
Yeah.
High and Touch the Sky." So, I mean, you must have been like 5 years old.
Yeah. But I remember it.
We abolished it for good. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, there's a lot here. Okay.
I am. Let's scan back.
I live in the only military port city in the country, so I'm dead anyways. So come to that. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So other countries do the drafting thing too, both Sweden and the USA. Dang, I thought at least some countries in the world didn't do that. The USA definitely does drafting.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You have to
well,
sign up for selective service when you turn 18.
yeah, but it's not like in some places where you're required to do a certain amount of military service.
Yeah, we don't have it like that where it's in, like, I think South Korea
Or
has that.
Israel.
Or Israel, yeah. It's just that, you know, if the country decides that they need to pull from the population, then you are required to.
Yeah, they have an address and everything.
It's like BTS. They said that they were going on the hiatus because one of them needed to do their military service,
So they
and the
all
rest
went
decided to
with it.
sign up with them and do it together.
Here you have to either just do it or bribe a doctor. Well, drafting is the thing, with the numbers are low, says Herman. Freak said basically either you're rich or you're drafted. Ooh. USA doesn't have an active draft right now, but we do have to sign up for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
in case a draft is needed.
It is not active at the moment.
We had abolished it for a good while, but then Crimea happened and we got spooked, says Herman. And then Freak said, oh, so that's how it works. I thought by drafting it like mandatory military service. No.
No.
Even now it's only like a fifth or less that are actually drafted. Oh, okay.
Well, and the draft in America is really weird too, because if we did get drafted, odds are you'd be getting drafted to do a job for the army that's close to your civilian job. So for me, it would be like, oh, you do IT? Great, we need IT people at this site.
Yeah.
So it'd be like,
You wouldn't be on the front lines.
no, yeah, it'd be something related to the job you do
Unless
usually,
you don't have.
any skills, and then they put you in a fighter or something. If you have a skill that they could use already.
Well, they didn't call. You got called for jury duty, but they didn't enforce it for UK.
Yeah. I have looked everywhere.
Not because there's not enough children, so then people just keep being sent on some goose chase to
Let
buy
me
random
in.
wars. That sucks, Freak. I'm sorry. I know that that's happening a lot right now, specifically too.
That key is, man. It stinks when you're down to the last one and you don't know where to look.
You'd find it terrifying to do IT for the military.
Pretty boring.
There's exemptions, like people who go to uni, that's why you're going to school. Oh, okay. So they don't want to put their educated population in the military.
That's how it worked
good.
here too, in the past. Where people would weasel out of going to war by just signing up for college.
Draft dodgers.
I mean, that's what a bunch of my grandpas did. That's why my grandpa ended up being so educated, because he just made sure that he stayed in school while the war was going on. So he ended up getting, like, you know, master's degree or something in electrical engineering. And he was like, yeah, basically I just picked the hardest, longest degree. And I was like, well, hopefully the war's over by the time I get out.
That's common.
And, you know, he ended up making a whole grip of money. I think eventually he did get drafted, but, you know, he was so highly educated at that point that he just, like, was like a... something higher up, so, you know, he wasn't really at any risk.
It's a meme among your friends. I pulled out an RPG to kill a pigeon. I enrolled in the best university in the country, number 75 in the world, just to avoid a year of military service. Fair. I'd do the same. I don't want to be in the military.
No, yeah, you know, there's always a loophole in the system.
Don't see the point of jury duty? It's because they need to be judged by a jury of their peers.
The idea is
the lawyers and the attorneys are just supposed to defend them. They can't make the decisions for the judges or anything. And sometimes there'll just be a judge and no jury, but for a case that requires more deliberation, they'll have a jury.
For a legal case.
Yeah.
Civil cases usually don't need a jury. Sometimes they can have a jury. I'll let you pet Mr. Whiskers.
The Japanese justice system is horrifying, you say.
That's what I've heard.
99.8% are found guilty?
Yikes!
Either they just do not unjustly arrest people, or they are unjustly imprisoning them.
Oligarch.
An oligarch? Your dad's an oligarch on some website? So yeah, I'm that rich spoiled.
Jeez. Okay, yeah,
Really?
You seem pretty rich then.
Well, good for you, freak.
I'll have 2 chocolate banana splits with sprinkled berries.
He doesn't own any yachts or anything,
What the
thankfully.
heck's a goober bean?
You can let go now. I said let go, please.
Ooh.
What the hell? This is the shit I'm talking about,
Yeah.
man. What is...
It's a trap. The tongue is a trick.
Ew. Freaky.
Boss fight.
Mr. Whiskers.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, just a few times.
This part's interesting.
Just froze there for a second.
Yep, that. And he spits up at you as well, just like everyone else.
Apparently he's not found guilty of the crime that's seen as a failure of the justice system. Ooh.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. That doesn't make any sense.
The thing is, you're given an option. Either accept a guilty verdict and get a lenient sentence, or don't plead guilty and they'll give 120% for anything to make you wish you would. Oh gosh. Do my stories about living near the Dutch King's Palace make more sense all of a sudden?
Yeah, they do.
Wow, I didn't know you lived near the Dutch King's Palace.
I just thought that was a lucky circumstance.
I thought you was the janitor.
Man, he's like, big chunk of health, little. Oh, she's doing that thing. What is that?
These cream scoops.
Is it like mint ice cream?
I think it's
Why is it
just
hurt?
spit up, but
Oh, that hurt.
yeah. Now it's just frozen there.
I'll make you wish you could.
That always felt weird.
Is that Daniel? Yeah. Overlord of Sloth is Daniel.
Yes. Is Hasselhoff in this? I do not believe so. I'm judging by the fact that they don't let them say his name, I don't think he is.
Patrick, step on it!
The game doesn't actually refer to him by name.
Exactly,
Come
yeah.
on, kitties. Have some ice cream.
Never
Jump
mind.
for it, Patrick!
And so, The hideous creature was vanquished by an even more hideous creature.
The tongue cat
coming from
is
the
terrifying.
deep ocean trench.
Well, we lost our car again.
Oh, is that the reason?
Why the
Okay.
car? Where's the road?
There's the road on the other side of the deep, dark, dangerous, monster-infested trench.
Oh. After gulping, SpongeBob
Not gonna lie,
and
I'm not exactly proud of
decided to
proud of a lot
grow
of things,
in
but
the
whatever.
dark.
I at least get to be above the poverty line, which according to a video I watched yesterday, 85% here were below in the 2000s, so I'll take
Wow.
it.
Plankton had
Whew.
transformed Bikini Bottom into Planktopolis. The sight of their city convinced our heroes to continue on to Shell City. So,
Yeah, the American
in
legal
order to
system is
become
also
men,
not great.
They cried like
Not perfect at
little
all.
babies. But someone was hot on their tail. With
A lot
no
of times
time
people
to
go into
lose,
juries with the
Princess
idea
Minnie
that
thought of a
if they don't get a
better
guilty
idea.
verdict, then
Yeah,
they
some people
failed.
have that same ideology, but it's not as common apparently as in Japan, I guess.
I don't know, but even Herman said that that was just a rumor or guess.
Right. But a lot of people do go in there thinking it's my job to find them guilty.
Well, that's why a lot of lawyers will just go for a plea bargain right away because it's not worth the roll of the dice on if you're going to get people that actually
Can think critically.
can think critically. So
Yeah.
they'll just be like, they'll literally tell people like, okay, man, I can get you, 9 months probation, or we can take it to court and either they'll give you, the max, which is like 2 years in jail, depending on what it is. So a lot of people be like, screw it, I'll just plead guilty and take 9 months of probation and not
Yeah.
take the risk of losing a year of my life.
Not every jury can have a foreman like our dads,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he is very dedicated and determined to make sure he gets it right.
Yeah.
Because he said there were people like that there who were like, nah, I don't know, I still think he's guilty, even though it seemed pretty obvious that...
Well, yeah, we've heard the story, and it's like, I think that Dad really did help get to the truth of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank goodness.
Well, that is what's good about serving on jury duty is a lot of times you'll end up being the voice of reason. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is, I end up skipping out. Well, I don't skip out on them. I postpone it, and then they don't call me.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like I probably should be going because I'll actually be able to think critically about it.
Sure, but then your words like, oh, I have someone's life in my hands right now.
Yes, but at least you'd have one more person on there who isn't immediately going to think this person is guilty, and if I let them get away with it, then I'll be at fault for anything that happened. And it's like, that's not the case. It's not the case.
No.
Look at all of the evidence and decide whether or not you can actually declare them guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
What?
That's the real thing.
It's supposed to be, everyone's presumed innocent and they have to convince you of their guilt. That's
Yes,
really how it
that's
should work,
usually it.
but people get it
You have
twisted.
to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they are guilty, is what you're supposed to do.
If you have a reasonable doubt, then you can't declare them guilty.
Yes.
That's just how the law is supposed to work. What about your friend Freak? Let's see.
I'm learning more about Freakaclips today. It's very interesting.
Attorneys don't always just answer people if they have to. They'll absolutely defense when they know it's guilty. If they think,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
happened. Yeah. A lot of times, defense attorneys will be like, "Hey, you gotta level with me and tell me what actually happened, and then I can defend you in the best way." And some of them will also be like, "I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm gonna work based off of instilling doubt in people based on the little that they know, because I'll also know little. The Swedish equivalent of the jury is the worst thing ever. Cool. Prosecutor will try to get the guilty verdict for someone they know is innocent. Yeah, a prosecutor. It's meant to be that it's even because the defense attorney is giving the point of view that they're innocent, and the prosecutor is giving the point of view that they're guilty. And then the jury is supposed to listen to all that evidence and decide whether or not they can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're guilty. That's the point, because it's like the prosecutor. It is their job just to weave the story. And it's it's not always good, and a defense attorney's job is to weave the story even if they know the person is guilty,
Yeah.
Look at O.J. Simpson. He definitely did it.
Oh, he
allegedly.
100%.
But,
he did his job, and he did it well.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, if you want to stay out of trouble, just don't talk to cops unless you have a lawyer.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Because they're doing their best to try to, get you in there, too.
The Swedish jury is literally a position appointed by those in power. It's very common for them to be politicians themselves. Yikes!
That's terrible.
That ain't good.
It's supposed to, but not everyone cares. Of course, no system can be perfect, and our justice system is broken. But all you can do is hope that there are people who can think critically and will consider that when they're in their jury. But, like, because you can't, like, specifically only pick people that are going to think critically. There's
You
no way to
can't
know.
control that.
Like,
Yeah, but you know, that's why the saying is some justice is better than no justice. That's always kind of where it lands.
not gonna lie, lawyer prosecutor seems like the most soul-sucking job of all time. Both I have to condemn the innocent and I have to protect this murderer seem like terrible options.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
I completely agree.
Rough job.
Growing up, my parents always said you should be a lawyer, and then for me it was like I don't like that. I don't want to have to like try to
like
prosecute.
to argue, but it's like there's a difference here.
I'm like I don't want to have to prosecute innocent people or defend guilty people. I just don't like the idea of that. I don't like having that much of a hand in so many people's fates.
I think there's other types of lawyers that would be fun, like a workman's comp lawyer. I think would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. If you ever go to law school, everyone that you're there with immediately says, don't finish law school. Get out of here while you still can. People who are lawyers will see you in law school and be like, dude, don't do it. It's terrible. Which makes me believe it's not a job that you want.
You don't even technically have to go to law school. You just have to pass the bar exam.
I mean,
which is like it would be difficult if you didn't go to law school, but you could do it.
Yes, there's people that have passed the bar without going to law school.
oh, and also the fact that both of those positions are prime targets for getting murdered by bitter people. Yep.
Yeah.
People hate lawyers. People will say that, you know, they're a scourge of society.
Parasites, so they say.
Parasites.
They live off pain and misery.
It's like it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Wow, I can't believe I did that without dying.
Yeah.
I usually die a couple times. It's pretty hard, but...
B movie, mosquito alert.
Yeah, I was already a blood-sucking parasite. All I needed was a briefcase, was the exact line. But you were close. Very close.
What was his name?
Of course we did.
They just called him Moose Blood Guy.
Moose Blood Guy, yeah.
We're men, he says. He sits
Hey,
down and
blood.
washes his feet. Go back and forth.
Yeah, right. Here's our...
I love the little kelp mustaches.
Frames, probably. Oh, yeah,
Frames?
frames.
Why are we dropping so many frames?
I don't know, some days are just worse than others. But we've dropped 11,000 today.
Internet.
Sorry,
in
guys.
town-
I'm sorry if that's made it a bit rough in some places. It just does whatever it feels like doing, really. Some days we have 0, other days we have 10,000. I don't know what makes it happen, it just does.
The internet in town has just been really bad recently. I was lagging out like crazy yesterday, and I'm supposed to have 300.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're ordering from a Vietnamese restaurant and you gave them a tip because it's your first time. They're really nice. That's cool. That's great. Yeah, support your local small restaurants.
I tipped
That's
my
really
donut
important.
guy today. Gave him $3.
That guy
Yeah,
was
we
super
have
nice
to
too.
go back and get some Goofer Goober tokens.
When I
Whoa,
was still
said
able to
that
go to
weird.
my favorite poke place downtown, I would always give them generous tips because I was like, I really want them to stay open, and they closed anyway.
Yeah. What's your views on your tipping culture? It's usually considered.
Oh, he's
a good
asking
thing, but-
non-fellow Americans. Fellow
Yeah.
non-Americans.
Fellow non-Americans. Yeah,
He
what's
understands our
your
tipping
guys' views on that?
Will a cereal bowl do?
Sorry, SpongeBob, but you need more Goopy Goober tokens.
20. How many do we have?
We need
16,
4
we
more.
need
This is
4
the
more.
biggest jump where you need more tokens. Well, actually, there's probably a bigger one later, but this is one of the bigger jumps.
Are there more sliding ones?
Yeah. So, you could go for the time challenge.
What's the time challenge?
It says beat it in a certain time frame.
Oh, you're about to write fellow Americans,
Then
and I
you remember
remember
you're
that I'm
not
not American.
American.
Okay, so you want us to talk about it. What's our opinions on tipping culture? I think... I don't like the pressure of it. I feel like in a restaurant it makes sense that you should tip because they do literally underpay waiters
Yes,
and
because they
waitresses.
know they get tipped, so they pay them less.
And employers expect the tip to be a part of their wage, which
You
is
did mean those that are
really
American,
messed
right?
up.
Okay. I got it.
Okay, yeah. But I think that when it comes to, because people talk about whether you should tip at, like, if you're picking up your food to go from a restaurant.
I won't tip in that case.
I'll do it if I'm feeling charitable and also if the person's really nice. I'll be like, okay, yeah, I have $1. But I don't like when people say you definitely should, because I'm like.
It's always nice to tip.
Yeah, like if I've got money to tip, I'm gonna tip whenever they give me the chance. That's the thing, because it's like, you know, it's a couple bucks, I can throw it around, why not? But only if I have like extra money to throw around. Like if I'm already splurging and I shouldn't be spending money in the first place, I'm not gonna give you a tip. Like,
it was always weird that when I was working at the theater, they wouldn't let people tip us.
So
they
weird.
refused. They said you are not allowed to take tips, and it's like, why though?
Yeah, I don't get that. Because we had the same thing at the pizza place where our boss for a long time was like, you're not allowed to take tips.
So what is it? Why is it any of your business if someone wants to give me some extra money for doing my job well?
Yeah, and so you know what I started doing was I'd take them and I just wouldn't tell him. Like,
yeah, that's what I started doing. Someone was like, hey, here's $3. I'd be like, hey, thanks, man. I just take it, put it in my pocket.
And then there was the time that like he said, yeah, you can have a tip jar. So we started to have a tip jar. And then he took it and put the money inside this like charity thing that we had. And you know what?
Like,
the lady was lying about the charity thing. So
wow, that's just a devastating
I was so
thing,
mad.
yeah.
We had like, what was it, like $35 in that tip jar, and we were all gonna split it that night. And he just took it out and put it in the charity thing.
Good intention, but bad execution.
Well, then don't call it a tip jar. Say this is the charity drive jar, you know?
He didn't ask. Like, he was just like, I'm just gonna do it. It's like, it's not your money.
Yeah. Reminds me of that Kitchen Nightmares episode where the boss was taking the tips.
Amy's Baking Company.
Baking Company, yeah.
Where he's like, oh, I do most of the job.
I do most of the job, so I'll take the tips. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, it's the tipping culture here is a little weird. People talk about what's acceptable or not, and it's. I feel like if you're dining out and the person gives you a satisfactory to good experience, you should definitely tip them.
Yeah.
If you have a bad experience, I don't feel bad about not tipping. And I don't just mean, oh, she wasn't very attentive. I mean, like, the time that we were waiting for dessert for literally half an hour.
Like,
and
if
the lady
it's
tried
not
to talk
busy
me out of the drink that
and
I
they're
wanted.
just being slow or maybe being rude, then it's like, yeah, don't tip them.
But some people will say you shouldn't even skip a tip then.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Mandatory tipping does not make any sense. Tipping should not be mandatory.
Like, as an outsider to that system, I think the whole compensate for low wages with tips, but if you don't tip, the menu prices would have to be higher arguments are kind of dumb. I agree, yes. But, like, if people want to tip you because they like your service, why forbid it? Yes. Why should I have to, if someone's like, hey, thanks for your help, here's $5. Why should I have to say, oh, no, I'm not allowed to tip?
Well, we don't take tips. It's weird.
Because it doesn't come off as, like, really, like, humble or anything. I feel like bosses think that. They're like, oh, you don't need to give us your money.
We pay them
We're
good
happy
enough,
to be
you know?
here,
It's like,
you know? But it's like, if I'm offering someone a tip, it's because I'm like, hey, I've got this extra little $5, and you know, I had a great experience. Here you go.
Well, tipping came from just, like, such an old school system, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna have enough time.
I also struggle sometimes with the idea of tipping because, like, I'll forget that I need to tip my hairdresser, or if I get a commission from someone online, I'm supposed to tip them, and then I feel bad, but I just forget.
Let's try another one.
Well, that's another thing, too. It depends on the industry.
Why not just include the mandatory tip in the prices? Yeah, you'd think. Hairdresser? Yeah.
Yeah, people tip their hairdressers.
I always feel bad because it's like, well, last time I got my hair done, what was it, like $190? And then I didn't realize until a couple weeks later, I was like, oh, I was probably supposed to tip her like an extra $10 to $20. And it just didn't even occur to me because, you know, I sent her the money, and then that was it. Like,
well, to me, that's a little different because that's a self-employed type situation. Like, I'm not going to tip someone who works at Wendy's. You know, I'm not going to tip at a chain, a soulless megacorp.
Unless I go often and I see the same people there and they're nice.
But if it's like someone that's like an artist or a hairdresser or a small business, then I'm more likely to tip.
I literally just forget, and it makes me feel so bad. Because it's not that I'm like, no, I don't want to tip you. It's that I forget because I send, like, it on PayPal or Apple Pay. and then I don't consider that I should have added more money to it.
And yeah, the
Like-
generosity, it's based on percentage. Some people do it like this. Oh, you know, you tip like a certain percent. I forget which one they usually say is good.
15?
15%, yeah.
I usually do 10, just because it's the easiest math I can do in my head. The
It
meal's
always-
$10, I'll give them $1.
It always feels like so much money. Because, like, you're like, okay, you know, I'm going to pay for me and someone else to eat. That was like a $50 to $60 thing. And okay, here's an extra $5 to $10. I'm like, ugh. 70 feels so much worse than 60.
It does.
And because it's like up to my discretion, it feels like I made that choice of my own volition, and I'm just screwing myself over. Like, it doesn't make a difference to the waiter if you tip $5 on a $10 meal or a $250 meal, but $5 on $250 is seen as cheap from whatever. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because
true.
people will be like, you should have given $25 or $30 to $40 as a tip on that. But then instead of spending $250, you've almost spent $300, which feels like so much money. And like I said, at least in my brain, it feels like I've now just made that choice to just spend this money that I wasn't required to spend because of a social cue, which is difficult for me to handle.
Another thing people would do, and they probably still do, is tip pizza delivery people.
That's one I always like to do, just because it,
Being a pizza delivery guy sucks.
you know, I
Yeah.
always feel really cool tipping the pizza guy. 'Cause I like the pizza guy.
Yeah.
Bringing food to my house.
Yeah.
I'll always tip a delivery driver.
Yeah, I'll always tip a delivery driver. Unless they, you know, lose my order.
Mm-hmm.
Hungry Howie's does not typically get a tip from me, so they always get lost.
Yeah. Or that one time that we ordered from the one that was closest to us, and then they were like, we aren't close enough to you, you have to order from this other one.
That was further
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
For simple man, I get a bill, I get the money on it. Not more or less. If you want to contain something for the worker, add it to the equation. I get that. I'd rather they just tell me what I should give, rather than me have to do it at my own discretion, because then I just...
Damn. We're at the end.
Oh, you're right, it's 12:02!
Oh wow, I guess
went
we'll just
so
finish
fast.
this combat arena. We're making our way through here real fast anyway.
It's a pretty good showcase of Swedish tipping culture. Our food ordering apps straight up don't have an option to tip in the app. Oh.
Wow. That's these boys.
Is there another wave?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
There were 4 towers. but
That's how
only
little
3
emphasis
waves.
is put on tipping here.
Wow.
It's interesting. Dun 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 dun. That's from Juniortron, huh?
Yeah. It is. For a second, I thought it was this. and I
Me
was
too.
like, no.
It's got a similar beginning sound. That's why I thought of it. I think and then it makes it take a dun 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 dun.
I thought you were doing the Goofy Goober level one.
It's
Similar,
similar.
but it's not it.
Well, that's it, huh? 12:03.
Wow.
Are you supposed to tip at McDonald's in the US? No.
Nope, we don't usually tip at fast food places here. Don't know why.
Fast food
but we
places don't often have a tip jar or anything. Starbucks does.
Starbucks, you tip there.
Don't know why.
You can. They just have a little jar. They don't ask you for a tip. It's there if you want to give them. Because sometimes, you know, people will just put their change in the tip jar. You know?
Yeah, I wonder why we don't have a thing about tipping fast food workers. They work hard, you know.
And they get mistreated.
and
Well,
don't get
so-
paid very well, so
Well, that's not true anymore. The minimum wage has come up so much that. you
yeah,
know,
minimum wage is up higher, but of course prices increase alongside that.
Yeah.
Edgar.
That went so fast.
Yeah. And as you can see, we can see which levels are left that we haven't done.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Think we got like 2 more streams of this?
Yeah, at most. Some of these are just boss fights, so they go fast, like Dennis Strikes Back. The ones that just have one.
How's inflation treating anybody?
Ugh.
I mean, it sucks, but...
Yeah.
The food is where it gets you.
Yeah, food prices gone up.
Oh, 60%.
Yeah, I'm very unhappy whenever I have to go to the grocery store. Ends up costing me $200 to $300.
And then we're not even getting fun treats. That's just for like
Beef,
the
chicken, and
basics.
beef. Well, that's not true. If I'm being like real good with my dollar and I shop smart, it's like between 60 and $80. So.
Well, I mean, if we get just meat and then like cheese and a packet of tortillas.
Yeah. But if I'm eating like real froofy, getting like nuggets and fries and a bunch of like junk, then it's like $300.
200 gets me half the groceries I was able to get like 3 years ago.
Yeah, seriously, that's what's crazy.
I remember that I'd go to Winco with Mom and Dad.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have 2 carts filled to the brim. $200.
Yeah, yeah.
The burger president.
Burger King reigns as the sole cyberpunk megacorp. Soon Russia's president will be retitled to the burger president. 2 times more expensive for metro tickets. Ugh. Ooh, some boiled eggs. Enjoy your treat, Tay.
Yeah.
Your memories like that as well? Yeah. I remember thinking, that's so much money, $200 only for this food. And now I'm like thinking about everything we had in there. Mom and Dad would buy like 12 boxes of Capri Suns. Like, so much frozen chicken nuggets and things like that. And $200? That's it?
Yeah?
It was so much groceries. It'd be a heavy cart. I'm pushing it like, ugh. Crazy. Full of all kinds of treats and junk, like.
Anyone knows what this screen does? Please
Just
tell me.
following my parents to the grocery store and they'd fill a cart and buy it for like 2,000 KR or $210, yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, and gas prices are what's hurting pretty bad nowadays, too.
The gas prices. They keep going up and down.
Yeah, just fluctuating. Because they do things to try to help alleviate it, but then it goes away, and
Nowadays I buy food for myself only for a few days and it costs 21 bucks. Mm-hmm. Oh, my little coffee alarm is gonna go off.
they're still cheap compared to the rest of the world, though. Really?
Yeah, I've heard it's really bad in other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Just think about the 12 Capri Suns. Remember, the family had 4 kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you thought of 4 kids, and then yeah, 4 kids.
I got my money back that the people stole from me and spent at Subway.
Yeah, that was a crazy thing.
Got it back. Got my $50.
It's about to be scraping the last of the diesel barrels, though. Maybe.
I prefer to
Maybe the team started in Russia. They were trying to tell you about how Russia is doing fine because the
The
ruble
ruble is stronger than ever. Yeah.
was bullshit. Everything costs double. Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, totally. They, of course, would want you to think that everything is going fine, but no.
You're thinking about our 12 Capri Suns and your family of 4 kids, so that makes sense. And then 4 kids. Yes, and the Capri Sun packs are 10, so 10 in each one. So it's 120 Capri Suns.
Yeah, we drank them a lot.
We drank so many Capri Suns. We'd fill up the whole bottom of a cart with Capri Suns. Just buy everything they had.
All the lemonade ones, the fruit punch.
The Pacific Cooler.
20 times as cheap as in Sweden. Really?
Really?
That is
that sucks.
fierce.
That's terrifying. Because our gas feels so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worse when you're in a city where you have to drive around a lot. Like here, we drive almost everywhere we go. But if you're in somewhere in like
A walking city.
yeah, walking to like San Francisco or something, you know, where they walk a lot more.
It's almost
not as
impossible to get
bad.
around any other way. I mean, you could take a bus, but you don't really want to bike around a lot, and you definitely can't walk most places.
Yeah, we can't get around by walking here as easily. He has a lot to say about us drinking a lot of Capri Suns, yeah.
Yeah. that was our thing back then. We didn't really drink water. We just drank a
Like
lot
Capri
of
Suns.
Capri
It's true, we didn't drink water back then. We drank Capri Suns.
Capri Suns and soda and a little bit
Wonder I
of
was so
milk.
dehydrated. That's
Sorry,
right.
that's what I remembered for me to grab my coffee from the fridge.
Apparently it's only
Okay, it's only three times. That's
Okay,
still
that's
bad.
still bad, but it's like, woo.
3
Be
times is like
distinct.
that means that for us it must be almost $20. That's terrible.
Yeah.
7 times.
No matter what way you
Almost
slice it.
$50. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I would be carpooling like crazy.
Yeah, we'd be carpooling.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be going out visiting people. I think.
Not
I'd
as
get a
much.
bus pass.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be driving to work anymore. Because it was $50. I don't even make. That's like half what I make in a week right now. For 1 gallon. So it'd be like. The conversion from liters to gallons is messing up. Cali prices are. So if you go to the cheaper place, it's $5.85 a gallon.
Yeah.
But if you go to the more expensive one, it's like $6.50.
That's my favorite line ever.
Oh, but you're asking if he's accounting for that.
Accounting for
Okay.
that, mhm.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's misleading because places like Ohio has like cheap gas because no one lives there.
You cross the
Or
California border.
imagine what
and-
Wyoming's gas prices are like.
Probably like a buck. Alright, you guys ready to wrap it up?
Yeah,
because
just
it's
about.
12:11.
So, yeah, thanks everybody. Hope you had a good time. Sorry there was apparently a large excess of dropped frames. Don't know why. It just gone over this. It does whatever it wants. That's just how it is. Wyoming doesn't have as Wyoming only has yeah. Okay, the Cali part was for us and the rest was for me. Okay. But
What
yeah,
is-
next stream is not Wednesday or Thursday. We're still taking those days off because we don't have anything to play.
Mm-hmm.
Then Friday, we play Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet comes out.
Nice.
And you know what? I have that Friday off from work.
Oh, nice.
Oh, great.
Funny that. I get the day off. If I wasn't streaming, I would just be playing Pokemon all day.
Mm-hmm.
I need a game. Yeah, we couldn't settle on a game. And in
the
that moment,
meantime?
it was a Wednesday. We finished the game early when we were playing Dying Light. We thought it'd take 5 streams, took 2. So we sat down for a bit and tried to think. We couldn't think of anything, and I wasn't feeling too well mentally that day anyway. So we just decided to just take those days off.
Please tell me.
A break for mental health purposes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We probably need to catch up on energy. Starting a new job, it's tiring.
Yeah, it takes a lot out
Yeah,
of it.
Especially when you've been working like 2 to 3 hour days, now you're at 8 hour days.
It's a bit of a jump.
Big adjustment.
And they only sent me out for lunch last night at 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's
I
hard.
hadn't eaten in, well, probably about 10 hours at that point.
You're gonna have to start eating big meals before you go to work.
Which is what I did. I had Jack in the Box for lunch that day. Yeah, like, the problem with picking a game was also, it's like, there's 3 streams before we play Pokemon. It's like, what 3-stream game can we think to play? Mortal Kombat!
Jackbox.
It's like, do we just do, like, a one-off thing for just 3 games in a row, or? Especially when it involves mail. Yes.
A government job that involves mail.
Yeah. Think about it. It's a head scratcher. But yeah, the next stream will be Friday. Are we streaming this next week as well?
What is next week?
I don't know what to say about
I think it'll be the week after that we take off.
That would be the 18th? I don't think so, because I'm taking the 21st and the 22nd off for our anniversary.
Yeah.
So, no.
We're not streaming next week?
No.
Okay.
Okay, no stream next week?
Week after?
Yeah, week after.
Okay.
Alright.
Because it's also
That's the weekend of our anniversary, right? Next weekend.
Wait.
You're working all next week.
Personal mailman.
You're working all next week.
You got me.
Okay, this
Yeah.
for this week.
You're working.
MGR
So
showing up to fit in 3
19th,
streams.
but
We
then
did that recently, right?
21,
Yes, we did.
22, so I'm gonna take
We did. And I
Saturday
think
off.
that did I
That
take
might
3 or
just-
did I
You'll
take
have all of
4?
this
I don't
off.
remember.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a stream on the 26th after Thanksgiving,
We did do MGR, and that was a good one though.
or would you rather have the stream before?
Yeah, it took
your
4.
week
It
off?
took 4 streams from MGR anyway. I could probably do it in 3 now that I've beaten it, but
Because week after next is Thanksgiving.
technically, it's not no streams for a full week, for 6 days.
We can stream next week.
We can.
Yeah.
All right.
Stream next
Because
week.
we won't be streaming on the 26th because that'll be Thanksgiving weekend. So that's like the last stream we can do before the holiday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, next week. So, next Friday, we start Pokemon Scarlet/Violet. Probably gonna play Scarlet. I think I picked Scarlet. I'm going all in on that now.
It's 8 hours involved flying to Washington, D.C. to the White House, throwing a box at your boy Joe, and
Going back. That's it. 4 hours there, 4 hours back.
You go, Joe.
Just right out through the window. Yeah, but then after that, next day, just more SpongeBob. And at the rate we're getting through this, it'll be another stream or 2 at best. I can see it taking 2, hypothetically. Maybe a shorter second one after that.
Yeah.
So some of these missions, they get pretty long after this, and they get harder.
Specifically, I remember I can't remember if it's the ball or the slide one in the gift shop. That
Yeah,
one's really
this
tough.
one. The slide one here is very tough.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
So thanks everyone. It was fun. Hope you guys had a good time as well. Stretching, but yeah, that's it. So I guess till we meet again, I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Later.
Later, boys.
Yeah. Wait. What?
Wait, what?
I can wait.
Shotgun King. Me? Is that me? Am I Shotgun King? Oh no.
Might be worth-
Okay. That's a game.
Oh,
I thought you were talking to
Shotgun
me.
King might be worth checking out. I thought he was talking to you. Okay. Yeah, maybe. I'll look into it. Let's see if the ending thing works. It does.